Hello and welcome to another lesson about the opening theory. Today we're gonna cover something about the modern defense, how to counter modern defense, and the things next to that. Because Pierce defense is also very similar opening if you're comparing that opening next to the modern defense. So I know that a lot of players around 1000, 1500 are facing the issues with this opening. They don't know what to play, but actually it's a very simple how to play against the Pierce and modern defense. So in this video we're gonna cover that, so make sure to follow up till the end to see a lot of things how you can make a really strong attack on the king side, because everything is happening on the king side in the modern defense and in the Pierce. So let's get started. It's coming from e4, g6, d4. So basically this is the modern defense and we are white, so always make sure to take the center with your pawns. So after that d6, then you're continuing normally with knight to c3, and here bishop g7. So black is postponing the knight to f6 because he wants to make some sort of the attack with c6 and b5 in the continuation. So after the bishop e3, make a really solid center, also developing the pieces, which is our key idea here. Also putting the queen here and go for the castles. That's basically the thing that we're gonna do in every type of variation here where black can do with the black pieces. So black can do with the black pieces. Okay. Okay. So after bishop e3, c6. Basically, we're gonna see a lot of the games if black knows what to do. Of course, he will avoid castling on the king side and he will try to go immediately with a b5 and a5 to counter plan the queen side, because he knows that you're gonna play queen to d2 and big side castling. If he plays here knight to f6, then okay, then we are going here queen to d2. And now here's the thing: he can go castles and he can go knight to g4 here. If they're playing knight to g4, just don't be afraid of that. Like, there is a bishop to g5, you like there is a one strict thing here: you don't want to give up your bishop. That's really important here. uh, why? Because this bishop is making your attack against the modern defense. He's controlling the dark squares, and I mean, the next thing next to that is bishop pair is a really important thing in chess, especially in the middle game. You don't want to give a bishop pair, so never do that. If you're thinking maybe here h3, no, just queen to d2, and after knight to g4, bishop g5. If he wants to chase your bishop, then okay, that's pretty much fine for us, because now we're gonna have h4 in the future, f3, bishop c4 with a pretty much solid game, and then castling. So that's how we're gonna make against knight g4. And if black tries to do something like e5 in the continuation, then after that, like, we can just close it, then use those weakness f5 and h5 light squares. So white does have any problem here. I think that black has to be one who needs to worry about this position after, because after h3 or f3 here and h4, the things are opening so much, and the light squares and the closed bishop on g7 is not working very well. So let's go back now, and after castling, let's see what we can do. Okay, castling again. We are going now. We are also castling on the queen side, and after c6, just bishop h6. That's the thing that you want to achieve. You're not wasting your time. You're not preparing so much things. So just bishop h6, and after b5 here, f3, making a solid center here. And not just that, because he's threatening here to play d4. You want to protect also your pawn and stop now in the future knight g4, because now when he castles, he might have this knight g4 thing here, and to ruin your plans about a king side attack. So after b4 here, then just knight to a2. And now what's the point? He can continue here with a a5 things or queen to a5. For example, what's gonna happen if he plays something like queen a5 here? Okay, you know that you have always to play here king to b1, and make a space for your knight. Then after you make a space for knight, then you're gonna make a space for your bishop, and of course this knight will come into the future. But of course, we are now not focusing so much of our development, because black is the one who wants to achieve something on the queen side, so we have to hurry up on the king side. So you can see, always when is opposite side castling here with the kings, then just black is striking, for example, here on the queen side, white is striking here on the king side. You don't have so much time to think about how I can defend there, what to do on the queen side, what can I do in the center. Okay, the developing is one thing that can always we have to think in a chess. But if you have chance, bishop on h6, let's go h4, h5 in the future. For example, if he goes here c5, h4. If he plays here something like, let's say, bishop to e6, first knight to c1, you want to prevent the checkmate on a2. Okay, then after knight from b to d7, h4. You're not wasting your time for anything. You're going h4 because that's the thing that you want to achieve in this attack. For example, after knight to d6, h5, bishop takes, for example, here, then queen takes, and after this one, he wants to play knight to a4 and knight to c3 here with a check. Okay, that's one nice tactic here for black, and that's the thing that we should be worried about in the future. But with just one move, knight to b3, we are stopping anything from black here. So black is out of the idea of this. So for example, if he exchange and if he plays e5, because now we are threatening to play e5 ourselves. We want to distract this knight from protecting the h7 because it's very obvious that we want to take here. For example, e5, knight to h3, we want to go with knight g5, and let's see what happens in this game. Rook to b7, f4, white is keeping pressure on the king side. Rook e8, he also wants to make some counterplay. You can see how much everything is protecting here on the queen side, so there is no any idea how black can make something there. Also, if he tries to go with this idea, it's not possible because our bishop is covering this, so everything is pretty much safe here. Black needs to defend and also maybe to make some counterplay in the center, but we are not so much worried about that. We are taking here, takes, and now I'm giving you a moment to pause the video and try to find the tactic for white. If you found knight to h7, then perfect, queen to take g6, and after this collects more material. You can see how much you destroy the king and king side defense. So how you can continue after, you can play here, then maybe double up the rooks here and just go for the checkmate. Like black is out of the defense, two rooks can't defend the pawns, queen, and other rooks and bishop, so those pieces here are pretty much out of the game. The queen cannot come here, the knight has to move first and to make a way for the queen to come again back. And yeah, that's generally the thing how black can try in the future, but it's not possible for him. Okay, let's now go back and see, for example, here if he's not playing bishop to h6, if he's playing here c5, then h4, just h4. After knight to c6, which we can just take, and then after play h5. The idea of h5 is if he takes, for example, to play g4 here, and now if he comes back, just to go here with a check, and after he moves, we can play here g5, for example. We can also prepare it and play e5. We want to distract this knight from this square because he's defender of h7. How we can do that? We can do in many ways. Like we can also go knight to h3, knight to g5. The things are pretty much clear here that white is the one who is trying to get something from this position. So also f4 and e5 here is possible, and white is just winning here. That's how you can continue. Alright, let's go slightly back and see, for example, in this situation here, instead of playing b4, if he goes queen a5 immediately. Alright, so now he's threatening this one, and now if he plays that and we come here, then he will take our pawn. Okay, what we can do? h4. We are not stopping our idea, we are always going with this move. So after h4, b4, and now we are not going here, we are going knight to b1. We are sacking that pawn on e2. And after takes, h5. So now here's the thing. What's gonna happen if he takes here by the knight? I'm giving you also a moment to pause the video and try to find a tactic for white. If you found the rook takes h5, yeah, that's it. And after pawn takes, there is a queen g5, unstoppable checkmate to g7. It's a really nice thing how you have a lot of possibilities here with the white pieces to attack the king. So yeah, he cannot go with that. After that, he's just losing. If he plays knight from b to d7, then you can just exchange, king takes, and g4. You're making a really solid attack here. Your next move is taking here, for example. Let's say knight to b6, Now first we have to think about our defense, because there is a trick here, knight f4, and the way how he's gonna attack our pawn on b2. So we just play b3 here, and if he continues with bishop e6, we can develop first our pieces. Now we have to put the ball down and take a look what we need to do. So yeah, we have a really nice attack on the king side, but let's keep it simple, develop our pieces. Our attack of taking here and queen h6 is not gonna run anyway, so we just want to see if he's gonna make some mistakes like this, for example, rook h8, and now we can go with this check, close it, and just takes the pawn. So after that we are doing a pretty much nice thing here. We took the pawn on b4, we closed the king side. This rook is not doing anything much, he needs a lot of time to improve this rook. And now our idea in the future can be something like knight to c3, and then attacks the queen, because the queen is some kind of trapped here. As you can see, a lot of squares are covered by our pieces. The only square after that is gonna be here, a1 for the queen, but then after king moves, then our rook is gonna attack the queen here. So very solid game for white here. We are not scared about anything like a rook b8 or a5 here, because knight is hanging. This knight and this bishop is not doing pretty much anything there. So yeah, that's how you should continue here. All right, and you saw now many ideas here for white. By the way, I'm also gonna put this file into my chess club on chess.com. It's called 2000 Chess Club. Yeah, I'm gonna put the link down in the description, so you're gonna be able to just click it and join it. You're gonna be able to see this file and use it as a PGN to check it yourself. It's a pretty much nice thing, so yeah, you can practice it and to have just kind of preparation for your games. Also for classical, blitz, rapid games, whatever. It's really nice thing to have. All right, and let's check the last thing. If he goes here, something like c6, and he's avoiding the castling, he's going with this b5 immediately. In that case, you just need to know that firstly development. Why? Because he's not castling, and you cannot attack the king if he's not on the king side. If he's staying in the center, you have to keep it simple and just continue with your development. So after knight from b to d7, knight to f3. Now you're waiting. You're waiting for him what he's gonna play. So after this one, let's say he's going queen c7, so he's waiting for you to go on the long side castling, but of course we will not go there. We will go king side castling. And then after, what can happen? Of course, always when he goes here knight from g to f6, you can always put him in an uncomfortable position. Why? Because now he has to go into the castle, or he has to capture our bishop. There is no other way how he can maybe prevent this bishop. Expect knight h5, which looks very stupid here. But yeah, after bishop h6, he has to go castle or takes. Let's see if he goes castling. After castling, just maneuver the knight on e2. And after c5, for example, always make a solid structure here. You don't want to take here with a piece, you want to recapture it with a pawn. So you're not rushing for anything here. Like, you're now making the attack in the other way, because now your king is staying on the king side too. So you have to be calm and to look in another way of not weaknessing a lot of your position with pawn pushing, or something similar. So after c3, c4 for example, then bishop c2, and now if black close position like this, you're happy. Bishop b7. Why you're happy? Let me explain, of course. Bishop, I mean, when he closed the position like this with a c4, b5, then in that case, he's not having anything much in the center or on the queen side to do, because the position is closed, and we are just keeping looking on attack on the king side. That's our thing, and that's what we want to achieve in this game. If he opens, then the situation is going to be different. For example, if he exchange here, then we're going to exchange back, of course. After e6 here, just putting the rook on the line back, and let's say he's going with ace f5, he wants to play b4, but we are not looking at that much, too much, because after b4 we can just keep it like that and wait for him to take, because we don't want to ruin our pawn structure, because it's brilliant. And we are playing here knight h4 with a potential idea in the future f4 after we takes here. All right. So after b4 takes, and after king takes, queen to g4, queen to g5, really nice move. Why is that nice move? Because maybe you're thinking h6 is kicking the queen away, but I'm gonna give you again the moment here to try to see what is the continuation here for white. All right, if you found knight from h to f5, that's true. And what is the point? If he takes, we're gonna take back with the knight here. And if he goes here and here, there's gonna be a checkmate in one move, like then because it's coming with a check. But what's gonna happen if he goes here? We are taking here anyway, and after pawn takes, so now we sacrifice two knights for this brilliant attack. What gonna we do? Rook to e3 and go rook g3 or rook h3 for the checkmate here. So how he can stop it? There is no way. Any kind of knight g4 here looks fine, but there is just queen g5 and rook h3 in the next move. So yeah, that's checkmate. What he can do maybe more, if he tries to play something like f4, there is rook to h3. We don't want to catch it, to take the pawn. We just want to achieve the checkmate because rook cannot make a space for the king. There is a checkmate in one move. The only way how he can maybe escape is if this pawn is not on f7. Just think about that, because this pawn is blockading him for making escape with the king. Rook not, because our queen is controlling that square. Knight is not doing anything, so there is no way how to escape here. So yeah, rook lifting is the right idea here for the checkmate. The right moment here is to go here with the queen d8, but then just f4. And if he goes h6 again here, then you are continuing with the same idea. You are playing here with a check, and after this you're giving again the check. And now if he goes here and here, you know you're continuing with the same, giving a checkmate in two moves. But if he goes here, then you're taking here on h6, giving a check. So after he moves here, then you're playing f5. And you tries to open everything here. Like your next move can be also e5. You want to put the pressure here to open up your rooks. You're pieced down, but you have a really nice initiative there. What he can do, for example, after this one, there is an interesting sacrifice here, knight f7, and after this queen takes, so wherever king moves you can go with e5, and like you're two pieces down, but look at those pawns, look at those rooks. Like there probably have to be something, like black cannot play that accurate. Like we are not engines, we are humans, so yeah, it's not possible for black to call this position. If he tries something else, like let's say if he moves the knight, for example, here, I think that you just need to put the queen back to hold this knight, of course. You don't want to give it up, give it up away. So yeah, I mean, just put the queen back and continue with the same idea of pushing with the pawns, opening up. Also, this bishop has to be open, and yeah, that's pretty much it. If he continues from the first move with a d6, it's pretty much simple, like, and it's similar. Like you're going again with a d4, and after knight f6, knight c3, and g6, bishop e3. But now, what is the difference? He has the knight f6 instead of the bishop g7. So it's pretty much the same thing. Knight g4 here is not working because of the same idea, you know. You're going queen to d2 and castling anyway. Then after you want to play h4, h5, like this is the same idea. That's how you can play against the pirates and mortar defense with the same time. Counter, this is the counter on those openings, looks very weird, but just keep in mind that always you are waiting for black to go in the kingside castling, then after you can go on the queenside castling. You're not wasting your time waiting for him and like staying in the place on squares. You are developing your pieces, and then after just go kingside castling, and you can do some things on the king side always, because if he's not castling, you can also do king side and the center again. Alright, thanks for watching. I hope you like it. I hope this video helped you a lot, because I know that a lot of people are facing the problems with those openings. Join my club. In link's gonna be in the description. You're gonna see this PGN file there, so you can take for yourself and learn more of this. Make sure to subscribe and share and give a like to this video, and I'm gonna see you next time. Bye bye.